Welcome back to Crick Couch and Soul Blazer. I'm Michael.
And I'm Skylar.
And we just killed that poor little lizard.
Yeah. God, I'm really comfy today, and I don't know why.
I mean, it is a nice couch.
Yeah, there's just something, I don't know. I'm like curled, like the temperature's just right.
You are under the AC vent.
Am I?
Oh, yeah.
I am. Okay. Actually, never noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyways.
Little grabby guys.
Oh, that hand goes pretty far, actually. So you said there's never going to be a repeat. So, like, how many sprites do you think? Sprites? How many different, like, enemy... So far, you have not released a human.
There are no humans in this place.
Oh,
this is an
okay.
animal town.
I'm a squirrel. Oh, no!
I'm starving. If someone can bring me something to eat, I will exchange this powerful sword with them.
Why is that squirrel, like, packing heat? Like,
Also, how hard can it be to take a sword from a squirrel? Right? Like,
yeah, give me that.
there's just some like fundamentally odd questions about like animals owning stuff. Like,
Whoa, that one's just shitting those
Oh, yeah.
dudes out.
that's okay.
Which,
Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, well... It's like, do you really need a stronger sword? You're doing all right.
It's helpful for bosses.
So when you get this stronger sword, will you be able to go back and kill the little octopus guys?
So no, the sword that we'll get next, it can stun them, but it can't kill them. We won't be able to kill them until the 5th stage. Right, so right now we're in the 2nd.
Oh God, how many stages are there?
Wait, maybe it's the 4th stage. No, 4, 5. There's 6.
He's a bird, little tiny bit.
I could go back and talk to all of these, but the game's paced pretty well in terms of like giving you a port back around the time you would reasonably want to go back.
Oh.
Nah. They're getting revenge for their brother from last episode.
Well, you did pretty mercilessly.
Yeah, I
just
kind
ruin
of
his day.
messed him up.
Illuminati is real.
150 gems.
God damn. So wait, are gems currency too?
No, they're
Oh, okay.
well, no, they're pretty much just magic.
Okay.
I was the only reason I hesitated was because I was trying to think back to the little kid that was demanding money for the goat food back
That's
in the
right.
last episode.
Well, he was like, I want $1 million.
Yeah, like, but it was $1 billion. So I was like, well, I
That's-
guess dollars are the currency of this world, and gems are just like, I don't know. I guess in the vein of brownstones, like the monsters are just shitting themselves when they die. Hello.
Oh, it's a little fairy.
It is. I'll talk to her momentarily.
I have poo people to kill first.
Yes.
There's something to be said about like the use of the word dollars, because like nobody actually really uses that word much. Like whenever you're about to, there's just a mole down there.
The voice is calling Ed Womp from the hole. Things I love to hear. I am the creature who brings light to darkness. I will help you upon your return.
God.
That is a very like, no, like we literally talk to God. Like the master is basically God. So
Oh,
that's,
okay.
so-
So this mole is just a pretender.
more herbs. So now technically, please take this. Ed Womp received XP. Would you like to return? So this is actually a point where we're supposed to go back.
Okay.
We're not going to.
Sure.
And the reason we're supposed to go back is we just released that mole, right? So we come down the stairs and you see everything's darker. And so there is stuff here that is more difficult to see if you don't have, like the mole basically is going to give us a little light circle. And we're going to be able to like see slightly better, except
This doesn't seem particularly awful.
no. And the other thing is we want delicious seeds.
Hmm.
Now I could actually
You're being efficient, aren't you?
yeah, I could technically go through this entire place without the dude because I know how to go through it and you don't really need it, but we'll go back because now we have our delicious seeds. And we also have a hungry little squirrel who needs some dinner.
Got a damn sword up in there. I really like the idea of like here's my
okay.
question. How did he get that sword? Where is he keeping the sword?
I
even?
smell some delicious seeds. You have some, don't you?
God, dude, this
Yeah.
little squirrel's tree is roomier than my house.
This is the best description. Favorite seeds. Exchange for item with the exchanger. What?
What? The exchanger.
That's like... That's not even an actual description.
Can
That's
you mouse over the brownstone for me? Okay, I just want.
No, yeah, it does not get any weirder.
Wasn't as fun as I thought it was
No,
gonna be.
no. I will exchange the sword with you for the seeds. Ed won't perceive the psycho sword.
Start running around. Oh no, not the bird!
What's up, Bart? Talk with the stump. Please listen carefully. He's like, are you shitting me?
Can you talk to the stump? You sure can.
This is Greenwood. This land was
It's a
developed by a
different
dog
font?
named Turbo.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a dog named Turbo. Turbo is a dog that shows up in like all Quintet's games. There's always a
Really?
dog named
Okay.
Turbo. He created this town so animals could come here and feel safe.
Is that Turbo?
No. Let's go.
I would happily take a walk with the puppy.
Ooh, this little guy. The island over there is a graveyard. Thanks! My twin brother is the island guard.
God damn, man.
Like-
Calm it down a little bit. Like, maybe start the tour with like, oh, here's a nice patch of flowers, and this is the tree I like to pee on, and
This
oh, now
place-
this is the graveyard.
This place used to be the Green Theater. A group called the Woodston Trio used to be a very popular band.
That's where ZZ Top got its start.
One more thing. We animals communicate not only with our voices, but also... Boop, 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 boop.
Is he dancing?
If I step like this and wag my tail, it means thank you. Did you already know that?
I didn't, but thank you.
If you find a particular mole, you will be able to see in the dark. Make sure you talk to all the moles. Thanks.
Are there more moles?
Like, look down at my arm. I start talking to a little, like, bump on it. Because I'm apparently an angel and an idiot. Even though I don't look like it, I am from the sky, just like you. How the fuck did you end up down here? I light up the darkness. You cheer up, everyone. Let's work together to revive the world.
I'm the god mole.
Edwomp. By the way, why don't we go to the second basement of the water shrine?
Why don't we not?
I mean, that's where you'll now be able to see monsters, which you could not see without me.
Is the water shrine?
That's what we were just in.
Okay.
So the thing with this place is there's 3 temples. And that was the one we were just in was the water, and then there's fire, and then there's light, because that's how this one works.
Water, fire, and light. You know, the typical progression.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's better than the kind of, like, conventional earth, wind, fire, water, Captain Planet shit, you know?
Heart. Have you ever seen that little comic where it's like, oh, we replaced, because, like, one of the bad guys kills Heart or something like that, and they just replace him with murder? So it's like earth, wind, fire, murder, or, like, violence or something like that, and the villain's just like, oh, wait, what was that last one? And then they're all at, like, a diner afterwards, and the violent one is just covered in blood.
Yeah.
And he's really quiet, but all the other ones are like, I feel like we did a really good job today.
That reminds me, there was... God, Captain Planet was just the strangest thing. Like... And then there was an episode where it was like Captain Pollution. See, now I got a light.
Oh, that's
But it
kinda
follows
cool.
around our little
Wow,
circular
that's
guy.
actually a little disorienting. So is that?
Oh, man, wait till we get to the 5th world.
Is that? Oh,
There's more of there's more stuff that follows this pattern.
gotcha.
But like there was like they got the rings and corrupted them, and then it turned into like Captain Pollution.
So they reminded of. You saw the Don Cheadle Captain Planet stuff.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Don't pollute. I'll turn you all into a fucking tree. Like these guys. Oh
God,
God.
I hate these guys.
Man, they were like wrecking you for a second there.
They're invincible when their arms out. And so, like, I can't just sit there and spam my sword the way I have been doing because I'm lazy.
That's okay. I think you've been doing a great job.
Thank you. I released a crocodile.
Can you walk on the crocodile?
You can,
Okay.
because that's how real life works.
Hey man, like I'm not from Florida, but I know someone from Florida, and I'm
You should
pretty
ask
sure,
her. I'll bet she'll tell you that they use, like
Yeah.
all of the bridges in Florida are just actually made out of crocodiles or alligators or
Yeah.
whichever one is actually the one that lives there. I can't
I assume
remember.
that's right.
Crocogators. Because I can never remember which one.
They're gators.
Okay.
Yeah.
I literally, as many times as I have looked it up, I can never remember
'Cause-
which one it is because they're both like, there we go. So this is what they mean by when you said you can see an enemy that you wouldn't normally be able to. See how that one's darker? That statue?
I am not seeing it.
Okay, look at the statue.
Oh, okay, I
colorations.
got it.
The one on the right.
Yeah.
Now, you don't need this guy to kill this thing. You just have to like approach it and it'll start doing that.
Whoa. Oh, God, it's kind of terrifying. I don't like that sound it makes.
That's like a Muppet sound. I don't know what I was doing
It's
there.
close. It was close.
I apologize.
Another squirrel house.
The squirrels seem to have much better homes. Like that other squirrel like had architecture inside his house. It wasn't just like
He had a whole fruit room.
yeah, like I haven't just like hollowed out a tree.
There's a bad guy.
There were stairs in that squirrel's house. Yeah, there's another one on the other side too. I may have played this game several times.
Yeah.
This was actually one of my first like Super Nintendo games that I owned after the kind of original lineup of
There are more moles.
mole.
It's just a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
It's like you're just walking around.
You actually just released a hole.
It's
But
just a bad translation.
yeah. But yeah, this was because like when I first got my Super Nintendo, it came with Super Mario World, and then I got like Pilot Wings and F-Zero because that was pretty much the starter pack for the Super NES. But this was one of my first games after that. And you know, I'd always loved Zelda or whatever as a kid. And this one, there was another game on the NES which we should maybe one day we'll play called Crystalis. Or Crystalis, depending on who you talk to. I always said Crystalis. It had a very similar kind of, even the like.
This guy's just built to be annoying.
Yeah, but I'm built to be more annoying. It even had kind of a similar like proportionality to the characters. Like the main character was like kind of sized in the same way.
The stage.
Yep, and a deer.
That is a fabulous deer.
Oh yeah, that deer knows what's up. I mean, he's part of the Woodston Trio. How could you not know what's up?
Yeah.
But so I spent a lot of time like playing this over and over again because it was, I mean, like I liked RPGs on the NES and everything, but I mean, I've always had an affinity for the action RPG stuff just because it has so much more direct control, especially when the mechanics are like tightly designed. And like, you know, part of what I love about this game, and we talked about this a few episodes ago, but like just this sword arc and the way the hitboxes are like very visually precise, and there is also,
of course, there was a dragon.
oh yeah, all for gems, all for riches. But you know, like you can use that arc to your advantage based on positioning and stuff, and so that's the really cool kind of design attention that I liked, and so that just combined with the sort of character growth, and I mean, I was always a big fantasy kid, like I loved dragons and all that shit. You'd think as somebody who loved fantasy, I could name more than dragons and all that shit, but
as a lover of fantasy, I like
dragons.
dragons.
Well, I was never like a big like. The weird thing was like I liked like The Hobbit and stuff, but it was very like it wasn't like Dungeons and Dragons level oriented. Like I don't know. I liked the kind of like offbeat fantasy stuff was a part of it. Although I guess as a kid, it was kind of like I'd take what I could get, because that was still an era of like Conan the Barbarian, and there were a couple other fantasy movies that were actually worth watching. And honestly, I ended up with a lot more like animated fantasy stuff, things like The Last Unicorn or There was like the Hobbit and Return of the King movie, not the weird Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings with the rotoscoping. That one was super bizarre. And even other strange stuff like Rock and Rule or whatever, which was more sci-fi dystopia sort of thing, but there just wasn't a lot of like good stuff. There was like this kind of rash of sword and sandal barbarian movies around the time of Conan, and most of them were absolute garbage. I'm a famous member of the Woodston Trio. We usually have a variety show at this theater, but I am missing my two sidekicks.
Yeah, so because I got to meet Peter S. Beagle
Oh, that's right. He came
that-
through in the tour or whatever.
That was
You must bring me something that once belonged to Monmo.
well, that was years back because I know there was like a big line to do autographs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually just got to stand there and talk to him for probably
Oh,
about,
nice.
it's probably only about 5 minutes or so. But just very influential for my childhood too. I loved that movie.
Uh-oh.
Um,
I can tell what something is just by its smell. Let me start doing my job.
I'm gonna find it and pee on it. Here we go. What's he doing?
From Arrow, I smell fresh air. From Arrow, I smell a mole. What is that smell? I smell something strange coming from Arrow.
It's my buried poops.
It's around here somewhere. I smell something really strange. There is an outhouse.
It was his poops.
This is our bathroom. How do you not this is our bathroom? Like, does he not know? He just literally made me stand in their brownstones. Like, I don't... I will tell you a secret. I could smell some armor north of here. Is it... Oh, God.
It's
all over my shoes.
yeah, which are actually brown.
Master!
I love his
Master! We need to end the episode, but Master...
That's just like...
Oh, I'm in it again.
I like to just think it's like... That's... All right, I've come fully equipped with my brownstone armor. Are you wearing shit? Oh my god, he's wearing shit!
We're a terrible angel.
Yeah.
All right, next time on Crate Cash.